Okay, so just picture the scene for a second.
Hmm.
It's the image we've all seen for, what, 25 years? The flashbulbs popping.
The red carpet, the perfectly matching outfits.
Exactly. The curated perfection of Brand Beckham.
It's basically like a global dynasty.
At
Unbreakable.
least so we thought. Because that image wasn't just impenetrable for decades, it was a business.
It was. That's the key word.
It was until Monday, January 19th. Because on that day, the facade didn't just crack. It was demolished.
And this wasn't some, like, anonymous source in a tabloid.
Not at all. We are talking about a 6-page, 821-word manifesto
Wow.
posted directly to Instagram stories by Brooklyn Beckham himself.
And the one line that just stopped me in my tracks. He wrote, clear as day, I do not want to reconcile with my family.
That's a door-slamming shot.
In front of the entire world. Saying all.
It is. And that's exactly what we're digging into today. Welcome to StarScope Report.
This is where we uncover all the Hollywood drama, the music industry shakeups, and, yeah, the viral influencer scandals.
We dive deep into the stories behind the fame. And today, we're turning that lens onto what might be the biggest celebrity family collapse we have seen in a decade.
The total collapse.
We're going to unpack the complete disintegration of the relationship between Brooklyn and his parents, David and Victoria. And we have to get into the really specific, shocking allegations he made.
I mean, we're talking about bribery, hijacked wedding dances.
And a legal cease and desist that was apparently triggered by roast chicken.
I still can't get over the chicken part. But, okay, so the whole thing really starts with him taking aim at the brand itself.
That's the core of it. He puts his name on this document and basically says, for my entire life, my parents controlled the narrative. Quote, Brand Beckham comes first.
Which is just a devastating thing for a son to say. It's like he's saying he wasn't a family member, he was an employee.
A prop, even. He said family love was measured by, how much you post on social media for them.
Or how quickly you show up for a photo op.
Right. He painted this picture where his parents aren't just parents, they're managers who care more about endorsements than the actual mental health of their own kids.
And he talked about that, right? The anxiety.
A huge part of it. He said he grew up with overwhelming anxiety and that it only disappeared after he stepped away from them.
Wow. It just reframes everything. For years, the media painted him as this, like, aimless kid who couldn't find a career.
But he's flipping that. He's saying, I wasn't aimless, I was being controlled, and now I'm finally standing up for myself.
And he's standing up for his wife, Nicola Peltz. It seems like that's a huge piece of this.
Oh, absolutely. He claims his parents planted countless lies in the media to protect their own image, and that Nicola was the main target.
So the whole narrative of her being this, fame-hungry interloper was all manufactured.
That's his claim.
Yeah.
But if you think attacking the brand was bold, just wait until we get to the wedding. Because this is where the story goes from a sad family fight to, like, a full-blown cinematic nightmare.
Yeah, the wedding rumors have been around for years, but this is different.
We're going to break all that down. We are going to talk about the allegation that Victoria Beckham didn't just attend the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
She allegedly hijacked the most romantic moment of the entire night. And later, the so-called bribe that Brooklyn says changed everything.
The details are just, it's almost hard to believe.
Okay, so let's go back. Palm Beach, April 2022. The wedding. For years, the story we all heard was about the dress, right?
Right, the old narrative. That Nicola snubbed Victoria's design to wear a Valentino gown instead.
It played right into that whole bratty daughter-in-law stereotype.
Totally, but Brooklyn's version is the complete opposite.
He claims Victoria was the one who canceled making Nicola's dress.
When?
At the 11th hour. He says Nicola was genuinely excited to wear her design, but Victoria pulled the plug, forcing them to scramble for a new gown.
Okay, so that's not a snub from Nicola, that's a power move from Victoria. That is exerting control.
And it gets even colder than that. He says the night before the wedding, members of his family told him to his face that Nicola was not blood and not family.
Wow. The night before their wedding? That's drawing a line in the sand. It's basically us or her.
But honestly, the thing that has the internet completely spinning is the story about the first dance.
Oh, this part.
So the plan was, this beautiful romantic first dance. Mark Anthony was performing it live. The big spotlight moment.
A moment everyone waits for at a wedding.
According to Brooklyn, when Mark Anthony called the groom to the stage, Victoria was already there, waiting for him.
Not Nicola.
Not Nicola. It says his mother hijacked the moment.
Can you imagine being Nicola, just standing there watching this happen?
And it gets worse. His quote is so specific. He says she danced very inappropriately on him in front of 500 guests.
Inappropriately. That is such a loaded word to use about your own mother.
And he says, I have never felt more uncomfortable or humiliated.
It wasn't just stealing the spotlight then. It was like an assertion of ownership or something in this really public, uncomfortable way.
And it's not just his word against theirs. A wedding guest, Stavros Agapio, has reportedly come forward saying Brooklyn is telling the truth.
See, that corroboration is huge. It stops it from just being one person's version of events.
And it explains so much, like why they did that secret vow renewal in 2025.
Right. He said they did it to create new memories that weren't tainted by anxiety and embarrassment. They were trying to, like, overwrite the trauma.
A multi-million-dollar wedding, and he looks back on it with humiliation.
It's actually really tragic.
And the fallout from this is huge. All of Hollywood is watching, and if you want to know how everyone is reacting...
The lines are definitely being drawn.
For sure. So if you're loving these Hollywood twists, make sure you're subscribed. We've got even crazier stories ahead.
The unfollows alone are telling a story.
They really are. Okay, so let's shift from the emotional trauma to the financial and legal side of this war.
This is where it gets into the business of brand Beckham.
Right. Brooklyn's statement included a headline that read, "Sign away your name,"
which sounds like something out of a thriller.
He alleges that weeks before the wedding, his parents repeatedly pressured and attempted to bribe him into signing away the rights to his own name.
Bribe is a very strong word. What exactly were they trying to get him to sign?
He claims they wanted him to transfer the commercial rights to Brooklyn Beckham, and maybe even his future children's names, over to the family corporation.
And there's context here, right? DB Ventures, the family company, trademarked his name back in 2016.
When Victoria was his guardian, yes. But now he's an adult, he's married into the Peltz family, who are billionite, and he wants his own commercial independence.
So this wasn't just a family disagreement, this was a business negotiation.
And he claims that because he refused to sign that deal before the wedding, it affected the payday for his parents, and that they've never treated in the same sense.
So that's the core of it. It's not just about Nicola. It's about an asset, Brooklyn, trying to leave the family portfolio.
It got so bad that they're not even speaking directly. Late last summer, he sent them a legal cease and desist.
Wow.
The rule was lawyers only, and no tagging him on social media, period.
Which is just so sad, but this is what leads to the most bizarre part of the whole story.
The chicken incident.
I can't believe this is a real thing.
So Brooklyn posts a cooking video. He's making beer brine chicken. Seems harmless.
Totally normal influencer content.
Victoria Beckham likes the post.
Just a single tap, a digital thumbs up.
Brooklyn saw that as the direct breach of the legal notice. He called it performative.
Meaning she just did it so the public would think everything was fine between them?
Exactly. He believed she wasn't liking his chicken video. She was signaling to her followers, see, the brand is intact.
And that one, was the final straw.
That's what made him block David, Victoria, and his siblings.
It seems so small on the surface, but in the context of everything else, I get it. He's rejecting their whole PR game.
He really is. So the bridges are officially burned. But how did everyone else react? I mean, Nicola's response. It's a masterpiece.
Oh, the tattoo. It says everything without saying a word.
Stay tuned, because we were going to talk about that tattoo and the two words David Beckham used to address all of this on live TV.
It really was a victory lap.
Okay, so while Brooklyn was writing his 800-word manifesto, Nicola Peltz was making her own statement.
She went full scorched earth on Instagram.
She did. She's deleted every single trace of the Beckhams from her profile. That gushing 50th birthday post for Victoria, gone.
That's the 2026 version of burning the family photo album.
You're healthy. Just hours before Brooklyn's statement went live, showing off a new ribcage tattoo.
And it's in Yiddish.
It translates to family first.
Family first. I mean, in this context, that's not a sweet sentiment.
No, it's a surgical strike.
She's completely redefining who family is. She's saying, it's me and Brooklyn. We are the family now. She's claiming him and shutting them out.
It's the perfect response to his family telling him she's not blood. She's flipping it right back at them.
So while she's posting tattoos, David Beckham is in Davos.
At the World Economic Forum, of all places. He's trying to talk about global issues, and reporters are just yelling questions about his son.
The video of him just ignoring the question went viral so fast.
It did. But later, On CNBC, he finally addressed it, vaguely.
In that very polished, brand Beckham kind of way.
He just said, children make mistakes. You sometimes have to let them make those mistakes.
Makes. That is so dismissive. He's not addressing any of the specific, serious allegations. He's just framing Brooklyn as a confused kid.
It's a way of taking back control of the narrative. I'm the wise father, he's the impulsive child. It's exactly what Brooklyn was complaining about.
And the siblings are falling right in line behind the parents.
Yep. Cruz Beckham posted a defense, saying, my mom and dad would never unfollow their son. They woke up blocked. As did I.
And Romeo posted a throwback photo of his parents, just labeled family.
It's a full-on civil war.
Yeah.
And the younger kids are siding with the institution.
Which is so sad because you see old photos and they all seem so close. Brooklyn once said he was sad he didn't pursue football like his dad.
The contrast is just heartbreaking. Brooklyn claims he flew to London recently, hoping to reconnect with his dad.
Yeah.
And he says David refused to see him in private. The only way he would see him was either at a big public party with cameras or, get this, if Nicola wasn't there.
That's the ultimate rejection. We'll take you, but not your wife.
So that's where we are, total estrangement. Brooklyn says he just wants peace. The Beckhams are reportedly devastated and terrified of what else he might say.
And they should be. He broke the family's code of silence.
It just leaves you with this one big question, right? Brooklyn says he did all this to stop the performative narrative to get out of the show. But by posting this huge public statement, by detailing the bride and the dance floor humiliation, has he actually just started a whole new media circus? Or was this really the only way to break free from a machine as powerful as brand Beckham?
That's the million-dollar question. Maybe sometimes you really do have to burn the whole house down to get out the front door.
A truly fascinating and honestly a tragic look at the real cost of fame. You've been listening to StarScope Report, where we uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture.
Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.